will take care of themselves. Things will take care of themselves. And so that seems like a convenient rationale for folks who don't like either potential conflicts or making tough decisions. But as a business owner, as we always tell our clients, Jack, that's why you get paid the big bucks, right? To make those tough decisions or have those conflicts, right?
That's right. The buck stops here kind of thinking.
Right. So depending on the situation, this can be a good strategy, the idea of things will take care of themselves. I know one of Jack's favorite strategies when it comes to email is letting them sit for a little while and percolate. And often things tend to resolve themselves.
It's amazing how that works, Adam. Time is a very powerful thing, and basically, if you just let them sit, not emails, but any decision, time will take care of those. And the problem with that is sometimes you're gonna go in your favor, and sometimes it's gonna go against you. You don't really increase your odds by taking little action, other than, hey, time will take care of this.
Right. And it could be very tempting to make that an overall strategy, as opposed to doing it, again, when it makes sense, to let it just happen all the time and stay laser focused on some different things. So you got to pick those things, because if you don't decide them, somebody on the outside or somebody else will decide them, and so that isn't always the best thing for you or your company to let somebody else, or to let things just kind of take care of themselves. And so, just a couple of different examples of that. And, these, again, come from very recent experience with a couple of clients of ours. And what if you have some clients who aren't really paying their bills in a timely fashion? And now they're into you for some significant money. Well, I guess things will just take care of themselves, won't they, Jack? If you kind of let things kind of go. That's one approach, isn't it?
You take care of yourselves, and all of a sudden you're a bank, and everyone's coming to you for credit. So.
Right. So often what can happen in those situations, and we've seen this happen where things take care of themselves, is that the bank, the actual bank, not you as the vendor who's owed money, but the actual banks will come in, because the banks have security in terms of assets for the company. So the banks can literally come into a company if they aren't paying their bills in a timely fashion, and literally just seize assets.
Seize assets, shut you down, and put you out of business, and certainly your personal assets are often involved with those kinds of things too.
All right. So if you are a creditor who's owed money by a customer of yours, and the bank goes to that customer of yours and closes them down, well, guess what? It took care of itself. It took care of itself from the standpoint that the bank's going to get as much money as they can, and you're getting bupkis.
That's exactly right. The owner of a company, we coach this because it's so important. There's a 3-word description for the owner of a company, and that is his job or her job description consists of 3 words: plan, direct, and control. The planning part, all 3 of these are the job of the owner, but the planning part is just that. You lay out a plan for your company, and then you're going to monitor your activity against that plan. So things aren't taking care of themselves because you're going to direct the activity of the execution of that plan. So you create a plan, you direct your people on board to execute that plan. And the control part are the series of meetings and reports. If done well, it really creates a winner. So when we say things will take care of themselves, and that's a myth, they're going to take care of themselves with your guidance, and that's really what we're looking for here. Not just hope that somehow things will they will rectify, but they usually aren't going to go your way.
Well, you're bringing up a good point, Jack, and communication is always very tough. It's a big reason why, when we have our day-to-day jobs of coaching small companies, Jack and I meet with all of our clients together, because even some of the simple things can often get miscommunicated or misconstrued. So as Jack's talking, I'm thinking make sure that we make the point that we don't advise our clients to be micromanagers, to be involved in every little thing that's going on. To Jack's point, if you have a good plan in place and good people in place, and we have confidence that they can execute that plan, with your guidance, that's what you want them to do. It isn't you coming in and overseeing or putting that thumb on them to make sure that you're involved in every little decision. But that's when that plan, as Jack's talking about, is in place. We have that plan laid out and have confidence in it, versus just say, no plan in place, and just say people are going to kind of do what they do.
Just show up, and everyone shows up, and somehow they know what to do, and they'll do the right things. It doesn't work that way, and I think most small business owners know that, but they don't often know what to do about it. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that they aren't controlling their business, but they don't know what to do, and that's where certainly coaching comes in. But it's going to be for every successful company. You're going to see a plan in place and at least a strong attempt to try to execute on that plan. Very important.
Yes, a couple things as we get ready to wrap up this segment here before I head to break, which is make sure that you're in charge. Okay, and through the plan, direct control, again, that being your job description as the owner. That's a great point that Jack's making. So make sure that you're the one in charge. And be more conscious of things and being more deliberate about your decisions. And so don't just slough things aside, say it's going to take care of itself. Understand what are key priorities in your business. And so one of those things that for any company, I don't care what state you're in terms of growth or bumping along or maybe declining a bit, cash flow is a key part of that.
Yes.
So you got to make sure you're paying attention to that, very, very aware of that, and don't let things take care of themselves, because there's some very powerful forces out there that can make things very difficult for you. It's one thing to be patient with a customer who hasn't been paying very well, but it's another thing just to kind of let it kind of take care of itself as well. So keep those things in mind as you're going through your day-to-day, to not just let things take care of themselves, but get your plan laid out, get your people in place to make that stuff start to happen. So, all right, stick around.